Morning everyone, it's August 31st at 3 in the morning and Boss and I are heading out to do some elk hunting. Boss, how's your good boy? Hey? Yeah. So, we're gonna stop at Neepawa for a coffee. I'm gonna stop at Deacon's Corner for a coffee as well, but yeah, I won't do much videoing while it's dark. I'm leaving this early because I want to get to Riding Mountain again by 6 o'clock at least. So I want to drive through there again and see what we see this time before we head out to our actual elk hunting spot. So we've got 3.5 hours, 3 hours to go, or 2.5 I guess. The arrival time on the GPS says 5:25 to Neepawa, so we'll probably be in Riding Mountain around 6. Anyways, we had a whole change in plans. Different truck, different everything. I'm in the diesel, you guys can probably tell with the sound in the background, it's so loud. I got so much gear this time it wouldn't fit in my Sierra. So yeah, we're starting our journey, heading out. Again, it's 3 o'clock. We were out the door in the truck by 2:30, as I wanted to originally be. But because I had to switch trucks and I didn't have enough time to kind of prepare everything with the switch, I had to put on new GoPro mounts on the windows and that kind of stuff. So I pulled over at our local gas station there just to get some extra light on the outside and put on some mounts and got everything kind of ready for this truck. The windows are dirty. It's I wasn't prepared to take this truck, and I ran out of time getting it ready, so I lost a day last week because I wasn't feeling well. So, but anyways, we're on the road, and I'll turn the camera on when something cool happens. Well guys, you can see it's still pretty dark out. I've been on the road for 4 hours now. I'm just entering the national park, Riding Mountain. And it's overcast, it's been raining for the last 3 hours. Everything in the box is going to be soaking wet, so that's going to be fun. Yeah, it's still pretty dark. I'm not sure even if I did see something if it would show up on camera, so hopefully it lightens up real quick, but it's not looking good with it being overcast and raining, so I'll turn the camera on if I can catch something, but otherwise I'll probably turn it back on when we get to our camp spot. Alright, see you soon. Oh, whatever it was very tan, very light, so either a cow or a deer. I don't know. So we're on the bad road, or the road that continually gets worse. We're on the back trail, the last road that we need to be on anyways. It's 8:15 in the morning, August 31st. And we've got cows up here. We've got a few fences to go through to get through all this, but Look at that boss, eh? Look at them right here. They're right beside us. Holy man. Yeah, what do they think they're gonna get fed? I'm pretty big. Oh, she can try and stop me. I don't think that's a good idea. Number 1334. Move. Thank you. Yeah, bud. Look at that. One. Move. Hey, guys. Look at this, eh, bud? Holy, eh? Right beside the road. Whoa. Alright. We're gonna leave them behind. How about that? So it won't be long now. I think we got 3 miles left to go. And then we will be at our spot, or the general area. I still want to check out the last spots I didn't get to check out when I came scouting. So we're gonna go probably further than 3 miles actually, and just kind of see what's further down here. I think the farther away from the cows the better, honestly. Oh man. So we're gonna keep going and check back in with you soon. Well, I just got through the third gate, so I'm on the other side now, and I don't know what to figure. I've seen Tim Hortons cups and like fruit snack wrappers and stuff like that down this road just in this last, I don't know, kilometer that wasn't there before. Wasn't there a month ago when I came through here, so I don't know what to expect. There's definitely been some fresh tracks through here. There's a tree across the road. I think I'm gonna get out and deal with that. Well, this is the spot 2 after the last one I could get to when we came scouting after I broke my truck. This is number 2 after that, but it's a sand pit. I knew it was. My problem is just the discoloration, the darker color here, plus those are actual shovel marks. So, and these are fresh truck tracks backing up to this sand pile. Pretty fresh. So I don't know. There's actually a lot of truck tracks in here. 2 different patterns so far. 3 different patterns. There's also a fire pit here. Looks like there's some bush parties going on. Ooh, what's this? Wow, that's nice. I'll show you. And of course my dog is in there already. Hey, did you go for a swim, bud? Yeah? That's deep, eh? Oh, yeah, looks like he fell in. So it's a nice water hole. I'm gonna go check that end. It looks like there's tracks on that end. It's too steep here. Okay, what do we got? What do we got for tracks here? Oh. Oh, yep. That's a bear. That's a big bear. Nice sized bear. That's a nice wide one. Okay, so there's bear. That's great. Oh, what do we got here? We got something little too. Well, he needed a run anyways. Ooh. Hey, bud. Well, shoot. I've got some small deer prints. I don't see anything bigger than a small deer. Haven't seen buck track. So I don't know, guys. I don't know. It's almost like, you know, even doing the pre-scout, I'm kind of coming in here blind still, it feels like. Let's see. Back up. I'm going first. Okay, I'm not going first anymore. Of course, I'm not seeing. That is my boys. Holy man. Okay, well. There's nothing else here anyways. Come on, boss. Let's go. I don't know, guys. I did the pre-scouting thing. I did as much research as I could with the time I had. I definitely saw bear tracks here. I'm not seeing a ton of them, but one's enough. One's enough to piss me off. There's some quad tracks side by side. It looks like somebody's dumping something in that pit. It doesn't smell. And I'm seeing little deer prints. Well, the problem is the road got a lot better too. After I got past after I got one past where I could get to last time, the road turned into this. I kind of left the bush and it turned into a actual road, which is obviously going to be more public, right? Look at all this gear. Isn't this insane? That's a pile of gear. So on the inReach, this is kind of the area that I could see with Google Maps and the inReach, whatever, is to set up a tent, which looks fine, but pretty public. So I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going down and see what else is there. I've got a few more marked on this trail, or on this road. And we'll see. If nothing better, I'll go back to the other water hole there. But even down that road, I saw fresh beer boxes on the road. I don't know. Whatever. Guess we gotta do what we gotta do. I'll keep going. If I see anything cool, I'll let you know. Okay. We're gonna spend a minute here. This is the end of the road. And it's really cool, actually. There is an old, I don't know, ash pit fire thing. But right in here, there is just a big open clearing. And then it looks like, I don't know, an old burn back there. Then there's also, where my truck is right now, this bowl here. And there's a farmer's field over there, which is leased ground. Here, I'll show you. Let me show you here. So these are just screenshots that I took before coming, because I know I'm not going to have cell service here. So, well, it shows it doesn't actually work. So we are at 29, and you see there's this trail that goes down to this farmer's field. So the road looks to keep going, but it doesn't. It goes this way. It's a quad trail for sure. And I'll bet you that goes to the farmer's field. And there's a drink can. There's water and a beaver house. Oh, bud. Well, at least you can go swimming. This to me looks like moose territory more than elk. So the idea, because this is a new area for me, obviously. In fact, no different than when I go into Duck Mountain. But I set up base camp, I camp, and I let my trail cams do my scouting for me. So I set them up, I put scent out, and then I check my cameras every day to see if something's come in. And that's my game plan this time as well. So I figure it would be about, I'm going to say, a 4-kilometer walk there and back, so 2 kilometers to get to the other spots there where I kind of wanted to set up a camera. So if I set up at the end here, I figure I'd have 2 kilometers every day to walk, switch my cards out, check to see if there's activity, and if there is, then I can at least set up a blind, right? I brought a couple blinds, brought a couple chairs, but again, I don't know if I've said this, I've said it so many times this week already, but I'm not going here to sit in a blind for 15 hours a day when I have no idea what's here. And I know myself, and I can't sit still for too long. You know, after 6-7 hours, that's it. I don't want to sit still anymore. And my fear is that me sitting here for 15 hours a day in a blind, thinking maybe there's something here, I'm going to move. It's going to have spotted me. I'm going to move. It's going to tuck its head back into the bush. And I'm not going to get to see it or know if it's there. Whereas if I put my trail cams up, well, they don't move. So if something does walk through, there'll be no humans there, no extra blind, no extra scent, just a trail cam. And if there's something there, it'll catch it. If not, oh well, me and my boy are out camping. Okay, we found a home. Right, bud? Found a home. So we're gonna set up. There's this nice little road off the bush, and it comes down to where it looks like people do some target shooting. But this is a nice flat area here. It's a bit low, but that's fine. Again, I've got the trucker's tarp on the bottom. It's got a nice shot down in here to the next kind of sand pit. And best of all, it's in between the first place I saw tracks, where I'm going to set up a camera, and the very end where I saw tracks. So I'll be able to go for my walk every day, each way. I've got 3 cameras I'm going to put up. So I'm going to put a camera up pretty close to me, and then 2 a little further away. Yeah, so here we go. It's time to unload. Well, I just gave Boss actually some water, and I think it's my turn. I did a lot of walking already today. I'm really beat. I'm working on like an hour of sleep, maybe a little over that. I just couldn't sleep last night. Last time I looked at the clock, it was 12:30, and my alarm was going off at 2. So I'm pretty tired, pretty drained. I still got a lot of work to do today to set up camp and the cameras and set out the scent. I want to get all that done today so that I can start monitoring the cameras every day and just see what's here. I have seen 2 different areas with elk track. One of them also had moose track. So I think what I'm going to do right now is, I'm at about a 1/4 tank of diesel, but I brought two diesel cans with me. So the first thing I'm going to do is put those in my truck just in case something goes wrong. I want to make sure they're in my tank, and then I'm going to have a beer, and start setting up. Alright, well, we've had a bit of a break, not much, but a little bit. And I was just playing with my keys, and I'm not sure if you guys know, but I'm not sure how many of you have been following for a while, but way back when I first started this channel, would have been after the elk, it would have been spring turkey. Anyways, my boy, he tore both his ACLs, and there was just a hole in the ground. The grass had grown up to the same level as the rest of the grass around it. He was running full bore. Anyways, he hyperextended, tore his ACLs, which led to him having to have actually three TPLO surgeries. He had to have both knees done, put plates in, and then he had to get one plate taken out. Anyways, just figured I'd show you. That's the plate. So it's quite long. I mean, in comparison to a finger, but it's really thick. And it's got a serial number and everything on it. I don't know if it'll pick it up or not. Oh yeah, there you go. So anyways, the surgeon was really nice and let me keep one of his plates, so it's now my hunting keychain. So yeah, my poor boy, he's all healed up. You guys can tell that. He's running around steady, he's happy, he's swimming. But that was, he's got a shelf life, right? He's already 5, and his life expectancy is 8 to 10. So his first 3.5 to 4 years were either in surgery or recovery or in pain. So he's good now. He's happy. He's that's why he comes with me everywhere I go. He's he doesn't have forever, right, bud? Hey. But anyways, I guess the moral of the story is he's been through hell and back, and I got the plate to prove it. They still got one in him. And that's why I take him everywhere. I bring him everywhere, just because, you know what, his first half of his life, 50% of his life has been hell. Surgery, recovery, pain, meds, everything. Just, it was a mess. So 10 grand later, we got a happy puppy. Right, bud? Alright. Well, I'm going to get back to setting up. You see how much progress I've made? You see the tent? Yeah, no. Hey guys, something else I want to show you here quickly. It's a little camping trick. You probably already know about it, but anyways, ice, it's better to get the solid blocks when you're on a longer trip. Obviously, this is the crappiest cooler you can buy. Canadian Tire, Walmart, they pretty much carry the same piece of crap. It's your, I don't know, $20, $25 cooler that keeps ice in solid form for 6 hours or so. But I do have my eye set on one of the Pelican coolers for next year. But one thing we've been doing is using I drink wine as well, so I buy boxed wine, and I use the bladders from the wine once it's empty as ice holders. So you see, we got our boxed wine here, but this was not frozen when I put it in solid, but this one was. And this cooler was completely warm. All the beer was warm, didn't come from a cooler at the LC or anything. But anyways, those bricks that you can make out of those wine bladders, if you've pre-cooled your cooler and your beer is cold, it was in the fridge, the day before kind of thing, they last a long time, even with a crappy cooler like that. I don't expect to have ice tomorrow, honestly, even that kind of ice. But it's something that works really good because it's a solid brick of ice. And when I get my Pelican cooler, I'm sure that ice will last me my 5 days, 6 days. This is the best one. Chili mac with beef. So good. Oh, I am beat. It is cooling down already out there. The wind is not picking up, but the breeze that comes through is a lot cooler now than it was earlier. So I think I have to leave that sit for 8 minutes. So in those 8 minutes, I'm going to make my bed. Catch up with you soon. I cannot believe how hungry I am. I should have eaten a lot sooner than this. It's 2:45. Fading pretty quick here. Running off not much sleep, so I'm pretty happy with what we've got done. Bed's ready. Boss's bed's ready. I packed up all the gear outside, stowed it away, kind of made a little perimeter around the tent so that if a bear does try to come in, I mean, at least he's got to go a little ways around. Yeah, we're gonna have something to eat, something to drink, and get the scenting done, get the trail cam set up, and then I'm gonna have a shower, a real shower, and then I'll probably just lay here for the rest of the day. Yep, listen to an audiobook or something. The hard part is over. The setup is done. Oh, this one is so good. Oh, hot. Very hot. Oh, ow, it's burning my leg. I'll be honest. I don't think there's going to be elk here. We'll see, I guess. I suspect moose and bear. Deer. Moose, bear, and deer. But I'm still learning. So what do I know? I'm going to wolf this down. Then I'll turn you back on when we go do the trail cam thing. Alright. I'm just getting some scent wicks cut up. So they're old boxers. And I just cut little strips in them and then I hang them in the tree and that's it. So got my next one here. Hang him in a tree somewhere different. Anyways, there we go. Okay, so I got my rags. I've got all kinds of stuff. Elk Frenzy. Urine. That's it, I've got those two, and then I've got some of the sticks, the incense. Now this I'm a bit leery of. So it's apparently a scent too, and it's really thick, so it's going to be good for rainy days and stuff. It says it brings in moose and elk. The problem is, it smells exactly like black licorice, which is anise, or yeah, I think it's anise. Anyways, that stuff brings in bears like crazy. So I think what I'll do is I will take a jug and spread it around, do whatever, set up the cameras, put up the other smell, the other scent, light a couple incense, but I think I'm going to leave the jugs at each of the cameras, just because I don't really want the smell at camp here, because it smells really good. That's something that would bring a bear in for sure. Alright, well, I don't know, bud, you want to get loaded up here? I think we're ready. Here we go, bud. Come over here. Come. Over here, bud. Come here. Come on, over here. Good boy. This stuff smells like chloroseptic. Blech. Alright, so we have a scent wick up there, a scent wick there, two different scents. We have sprayed the ground with some scent, as well as there's this little incense I'm going to light, and there's the camera. So I'm going to light that. Oh, and we've got this blue goop on the top of a stump there running down, so it smells. So we're going to light the wick, watch it for a bit, maybe pour some more blue stuff, go do location number 2. Alright guys, well, we did 3 camera sets, just like the first one. And I forgot to label the first one on the inReach, but that's okay. I'll go check it tomorrow, and I'll relabel it then. So I think what we're going to do now, I do have a little bit of energy left, so that was pretty fun setting those up and trying to get the right camera angle. I think what I'm going to do is have a beer. There we go. I'm going to have a beer. And then I'm going to put up my awning, I think. I would like this area covered for when it rains, so that I can still sit outside and I don't have to be cooped up inside, and I don't have to set it up in the rain. So I can't believe how warm it is still, 4:30, and it's supposed to get down to, I don't know, 9 degrees Celsius tonight, which isn't that bad. But it's supposed to rain and thunder showers, so it's still early. I had like a late lunch. I probably won't eat again for 3-4 hours, and then I'll probably just go to bed early. So yeah, I think I'm going to, I think I'll get my awning on here. So I'm going to go cut down a few trees, make 2 tripods, and then I'm going to anchor the tripods with paracord to the ground with a couple of my extra tent stakes. And that should hold it from being pulled back in the wind and keep it stable sideways. So Diesel's parked for the night, and once I get this work done, I think literally all the work is done aside from me and Boss taking our walk every day, checking the cameras. So yeah, once this is done, I'll have a shower and shouldn't really have to sweat much after that. So tomorrow's going to be cold, 15 degrees, raining, mostly cloudy, so humid and no sun. So I'd like to shower today while it's hot after I get the work done, and then just relax. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, so I got the kukri out, I got the AquaQuest tarp out. There was a couple logs, or birch trees that were just laying down on the ground over there, so I grabbed those. No point in cutting 2 extras down. In fact, birch would be the last tree I use. Anyways, you guys remember the gear review? Some of you might remember the gear review on this, where where the blade from factory is pretty crappy. It's too thin. Me and my buddy before this got back from our camp and fishing trip. Look at that. Couple good chunks right out of it, eh? Bent all up. So, I didn't get a chance to straighten it yet, but basically, the blade needs to be cut back about that far and then sharpened. It's just way too flimsy and thin. Whew. Alright guys, it's a bit of a hack job, but it's gonna work. So, got my 2 frames. It's tight, the tarp is tight, and it's not flapping around. And it shouldn't blow away, and it's anchored quite well that it can't flip up over the chimney in the middle of the night if it does get windy. So I've got 3 stakes anchoring it down, so yeah, that should do. It gives me some afternoon shade in here. So oh, I'm beat. I'm so beat. Oh, yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm happy with it. It's so much cooler under here, out of that sun. It must have got over 20 today, Celsius. It's warm. Perfect time to have a shower and relax for the rest of the night. I think that's what I'll do. Hey, bud. Hey, bud. Oh, yeah. Hi. Oh, look at this slobber. Yeah? Good boy. There you go. Hey? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good boy. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I just had the most amazing shower. I am so happy with that shower. You guys all gotta go buy one if you plan on doing this camping thing. Hunting, remote, whatever. More than 5 days, or if you really hate sponge baths. That was insane. Like full body shower, like just like you would at home. Water running constantly the whole time. Oh, I used about just under half, more than a third. More than a third, but under half. So, uses quite a bit. And I looked for the other shower head. I don't think I brought it with me because it comes with 2. And I think the second one that it came with isn't such a wide spread, because I was finding that because it's so tall, like the higher you have it, obviously the harder the motor has to work and the less pressure you have. The pressure was okay, but it was such a wide spread that I wasn't getting all the water. Some was being wasted. But really good. So I figure that was a needed shower, because I did all my work today, all the sweating and prep and everything. So now I should only need maintenance shower after. Maybe a couple maintenance showers. So I'm really happy with that. Really happy. I'll admit though, when I first went under there, I thought I could handle the cold, and I could have, but I didn't want to. So I came in and I boiled. And my big pot is only 2.5 liters, so I boiled 2.5 liters, poured it back in there, and it did not make it warm, but absolutely bearable warm. Like, no cringing, nothing. It was right on the lukewarm edge, I guess. It was totally fine. Oh, it felt so good. Oh, man. Oh. This is the life. I haven't relaxed yet, really, at all. You know, I was super tired this morning, even driving here. You know, it's a 6-hour drive or whatever, 6.5 to get to here, or 7 to get to here. But I didn't get enough sleep last night, like an hour and a half maybe. Just been, you know, putting away at base camp all day and setting up the trail cams and all that, and I'm still in go mode, you know, still in work mode, and I haven't, I think it's just because I'm super tired. Like, I didn't get enough sleep, so I'm not really, I don't know. I don't want to say I'm not excited to be here, but if every day, if I felt like this for the next 2 days in a row, I'd pack up and go home. Because right now, as it stands, I'm not in it yet. I'm not into it. And I want to be. So I think it's just because I'm too tired, overtired, not getting enough sleep. I'm trying to plan and think of everything right now and get it done right now so that I don't have to do anything else for the rest of the week. The next 6 days I can just take my dog for a walk and check the cameras and re-put out some more scent, read books, listen to audiobooks, just throw a stick for my boy or whatever, you know. So hopefully tomorrow I'm into it. A little bit more than today, at least. It's 6:45. Not bad. 6:45. All the work is done. I have nothing left to do tonight. Nothing. Except for whatever I want. So when it gets dark out, I'm going to watch a movie. I brought my projector again. Or I might just lay down, read a book, and fall asleep. But I'm going to update my map share, my InReach map share. I've updated it a few times today. But I just want to send the general base camp is done. Now I just coast and hope I see an elk. So I'm going to sit here, enjoy the breeze, update my map share, and then just do whatever. Boss is out cold. He's been sleeping all day. He didn't like getting up this morning either. I'll show you my boy. Where's my boy? Yeah, he's out cold. Excuse me. Hey, bud. Yeah. So we got the heater, everything's ready. The kitchen's ready. Hey, bud. Yeah, we're gonna have supper soon. There's a wicked breeze coming through the tent. It's actually nice and cool in there. It's cooler in there than it is out here for some reason. But, oh man, I would love nothing more than to wake up in the morning to the sound of a bugle. Look at my eyes. Look at them. Look at that. Oh my gosh. I'm so tired. It's okay, boss. It's alright, bud. I am beyond tired. And that's why I'm rambling. So I'm going to shut up now. And I will talk to you guys in the morning. I mean, unless another bear wants to chew on my tarp. Then I'll let you see that too.